Damo, we at it again, huh?
If Bama goes into the SEC game number 2 and they take a loss to number 1, what do they go? 4?
Probably. I would assume so.
Wow.
So then that mean they play again.
Wow. So you trying to tell me if my Canes win the ACC, we can't get in there?
That's what I was going next.
That's what you trying to tell?
We supposed to be the losers, but we winning though. They used to laugh at us, now we winning though. They used to tell me never in my lifetime. I guess they wasn't in their right mind. Underdog.
Yes, sir. What's going on, folks? Welcome to a brand new, exciting episode of Strong Arm Sports Podcast, the realest sport podcast in all the land. In all the land. We back today, man, to wrap up last weekend's sports. We got some great topics for you guys today. This happens to be the first time you guys have ever watched the show or listened to the show. On one half of the show, I go by the name of K-Spade, the Prospect.
And I'm your boy, LaParis57, and together we form Strong Arm Sports Spade.
Yes, sir.
We're going to talk about a crazy sports week.
Pretty crazy.
This week right here has been insane. We got a list of great topics for you guys today. I ain't going to prolong this, Spade. Let's jump right into it.
Let's do it.
We're going to start in the NFL. You good with that?
That's great.
Spade, I want to talk NFL trades. Now, it's been a slew. This probably has been one of the most active NFL trade deadlines in a long time, homie.
Yep.
So I want to list off a couple of trades that happened. I want to get your thoughts. I'm going to get my thoughts. And I want the viewers to give their thoughts in the comment section or wherever you listening. Even if you're listening on SoundCloud, UPodOmatic, iTunes, wherever you listening at, I'm going to get you guys' thoughts. You can tweet us, email us. We always listening. We always respond. We love talking sports. But Spade, I want to start off in Houston, Texas. The Houston Texans, traded Dwayne Brown. We talked about this guy earlier when I was like, he was holding out. They need to get their best offensive lineman in camp. They need to pay that man. They traded him. He's going to the Seattle Seahawks. Reportedly, it was for some picks and Jeremy Lane. It came back later that Jeremy Lane failed the physical, so Seattle had to throw some more picks back in there for the trade to go through. So Seattle got Dwayne Brown, big Pro Bowl, All-Pro offensive tackle, which Seattle desperately need O-line. And Houston received more picks. Spade, give me your thoughts on that trade.
I mean, I definitely like it for, I don't know, I guess I like it for both teams. When I think about Houston, I know we got some other topics. We got to talk about Deshaun Watson, but you got a young quarterback. I'm not a huge fan of moving away offensive linemen. And I know I'm the guy to get on this show and I talk about offensive line. Don't really mean that much, but I'm looking at a lot of teams impacted by subpar offensive lines, including Seattle. And if you Seattle, man, you made a great move. If you Houston, I'm looking over there like I'm not really, I don't like the idea of saying, look, we got young quarterbacks. Even if Deshaun Watson ain't the guy, every other option on that team is fairly young. They definitely need some time in the pocket. I don't love the move from a Texan standpoint, but I definitely understand it from a Seattle standpoint.
But that's what I was going to say. I never, ever like moving stud. I mean, even back in the day when Seattle was winning championships, was going to the Super Bowl, they had an offensive line. They ended up trading like Max Unger and some other offensive linemen because they had to pay these other guys. They couldn't pay them, so they said we better move them because we can't pay these guys. We're going to lose them anyway, so let's trade them. So Seattle seeing that offensive line is an issue. They went out and got one for Seattle. I love it. I love it. But people are saying this trade makes Seattle, takes them to another level, and I want to pump our brakes. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. But getting offensive linemen is always a good thing. Losing offensive linemen, especially when you got a young quarterback, whichever quarterback they use, it's still a young guy.
Oh, yeah.
They definitely going to need a little bit of protection. Dwayne Brown has proven, I know he has some injury issues. Somebody going to write, well, he's been hurt a few years ago. He has some injury issues. But nonetheless, he's an all-pro, Pro Bowl caliber player at left tackle, which is your bookends, which you need.
And that's the blind side.
For the Texans, I know it was some things off the field that Dwayne Brown said that I think played a major part in getting him shipped up out of there.
I agree. But
I guess if you felt that way as a Houston Texan, as Houston Texans management, I guess you was like, you know what, we got to get something. This guy's not going to be here. Let's get rid of him. They did before he even said anything. It showed that they didn't want to pay the guy. So I guess you trade him, get some picks. Not mad at that. I just don't like losing Pro Bowl caliber offensive linemen, because we look around the league and it's a lot of subpar old linemen around the league, and it's a lot of teams struggling. I mean, you look at Carolina. I actually thought I always thought their O-line was still trash. I thought their O-line was at least better than last year, and that has not proven to come into fruition. They are still struggling up front, and a slew of other teams have the same issues. Offensive linemen is one of those positions that you're not really paying attention to, but is one of the most needed positions on the football field. So kudos to Seattle for going to get one, because that's really one of the positions where they struggle at.
Yep.
Spade, let's move on.
All right.
I want to talk about another trade that happened. I mean, it was a few. We don't got to take a lot of time on this one, and that's the Browns and Cincinnati. They actually botched the trade. They had a trade the Browns made a trade with Cincinnati for A.J. McCarron. The trade allegedly was agreed upon. Cincinnati made the call in, reported the call to the league around about 3:55. On the Browns, and you had to get it in before 4 p.m. Eastern time. The Browns was celebrating the trade, didn't call the league until 4 p.m. Eastern. League said, you didn't get it in time. Trade void. Trade did not go through. The Browns was trying to make a trade for A.J. McCarron, and it didn't go through, Spade. Talk to me about the Browns.
It's so much, man. I was doing some research, and it's so much. Like you said, Cincy sent off an email they needed to. The Browns sent an email to Cincy. Cincy didn't see it in time. The deal was off. They spoke. The deal was back on. Ultimately, it wasn't enough time. It's just crazy. The sad thing is, even though they was going to do this deal, which I don't understand for A.J. McCarron, that's not even who the Browns wanted. They wanted Jimmy G. Hugh Jackson really wanted Jimmy G, and they couldn't make it happen. And the Browns, this is just a Browns type of situation, man. If any team can botch a damn trade like this, if you told me a team botched a trade right before the trade deadline and you didn't tell me who and I had to guess, I would guess the Browns. And it's just terrible, man, because I feel like that team had a great draft. I think they got some good pieces. They just got to build. And everything they're doing this year is just it's head scratching. Even with their quarterback situation, and I'm not going to go off on this long tirade, but like you take a young guy who may or may not be ready to play. You decide that you feel like he's ready to play. You put him on a short leash. You yank him. At one, he whatever confidence, whatever. Like that's the absolute wrong way to handle the situation. And again, Cleveland just proves that they're one of the worst franchises in sports. And it's not because they lose. It's because they lose in the boardroom. Of course, you're gonna lose on the field. You losing on the sideline. You losing in the boardroom. They just a losing franchise, man. It's terrible. That whole situation sucks.
You ain't lying, Spade. And I talked to you off camera, and me and you disagree. And I'm not saying this is Hugh Jackson's fault. I just think they're going to use Hugh as a scapegoat, and I don't see him lasting. I think he's going to be fired. If not this year, I hope I'm wrong too. But this is why I want people to stop taking bad jobs. That Cleveland job was a bad job. But I know every coach has an ego. They think they can change the culture. Wherever they go, they think they can help change the culture. And it's just go ahead.
I don't know that Hugh had any other head coaching offers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that boils down to it. But go ahead.
Spade, it was a report that Hugh could have potentially went to the Giants. He could have potentially went to the Giants. But Hugh felt like, he met with the GM, thought they had better chemistry. Spade,
they had RG3, who everybody felt like Hugh could fix RG3. Yeah. So, I mean, it was some other things I think that lured him to the job. And I hope you wrong, bro. Because I don't feel like he's been there long enough to.
I don't either. I just feel like the Cleveland Browns is one of those jobs that is just doomed. It's doomed. Especially when you look at this Botch trade. This ain't Hugh's fault.
No,
this
it's not.
Upper management. This is management's fault. Why are you first of all, Spade, they celebrating trading for A.J. McCarron. You passed on Deshaun Watson. You passed on Carson Wentz. You passed on Jared Goff. You passed on all these guys, and then A.J. McCarron is your guy, and it's reports. We're going to talk about the Jimmy G trade next, Spade, but the Niners got Jimmy G from the Patriots for a second-round pick. It's reported that the Browns was going to give up a second and a third for AJ McCarron.
Which
What?
is terrible.
So what? For AJ, I could be wrong. I know I've seen AJ McCarron play in Cincinnati, and I'm tough on Cincinnati. I'm tough on Marvin Lewis. I'm tough on Andy Dalton. And I said maybe when Andy Dalton was throwing the ball to the damn rafters, he was throwing it to the rafters on the sideline. I said maybe they need to put AJ McCarron in. AJ, I mean, when you got a guy like AJ Green, it make life a lot easier.
Oh, yeah.
The Browns don't have that
And
over there.
Eifert.
Now I know Josh Gordon was just reinstated,
Right.
and I think Josh Gordon is a stud. But Josh Gordon, I don't think he played a game since 2013.
Right. And they hadn't even made a decision
production
as to whether or not he's gonna play. Like the league
Exactly.
said it. Right. That thing is still up in the air.
Spade, you tweeted a long time. I don't want to say a long time ago, but maybe a couple of months ago. You tweeted. You said, I think if you've been a fan of a team so long and the team has proven that they haven't done anything showing the testicular fortitude that they want to go out there and at least attempt to try and go win, then you need to jump ship.
Yep.
I feel like that. I feel like that's what Cleveland Brown fans should do. Until the product get better, they probably need to stop going to the games, stop supporting that team, because this right here, like, this makes you the laughing stock of the league. It's reports, Spade, that players in the locker room was like, well, that's just what we do. Like, Cleveland Browns bossed the trade, and somebody in their locker room, a player, Spade, said, that's what we do. That's that's a terrible feeling.
He's right.
It's a terrible feeling.
0-18, by the way, if anybody didn't know. 0-8.
Yeah, Spade, they're going to win the game?
I doubt it. I'm looking at their schedule. I doubt it. Nah, they not. They best bet was the Titans. I'm sorry. I'm looking at their schedule. They not, man. And that's a shame. This team could really go 0-16, bro. That's crazy.
Cleveland, you got the Cavs. Well, that's another story. We'll talk about them later.
Woo.
Wait.
Yeah, we got more.
We got more. Jimmy G was traded to the Niners, man. Talk to your boy. How do we feel about that?
I've said this a lot.
Wait, before you go.
Okay, go ahead.
Before you go, do we deserve to call him Jimmy G or should we call him Jimmy Garoppolo?
All the reason why
do we deserve a nickname already?
That's a damn good question. The only reason why I'm shortening this because that's a whole lot of syllables, and I just believe I just want to say, I'm just lazy. That's a lot of syllables. But I have said before, man. You've heard me say it. I've said it a ton. So if you watch the show, if you're one of the faithful supporters that come through and check out every show, you've heard me say this. But if you knew, I'm going to say it for you too. I don't like when people big up quarterbacks that only have a small sample size of playing time or starts because there's not a lot of film on those guys. And usually when you do see them on the field, very seldomly do they run the same offensive sets as the starter. They almost come out and run completely different plays. I get so sick of seeing a backup come in and play for 4 or 5 games, look pretty good, and get this crazy value. All these teams go crazy to get this guy, and they go, this guy looks amazing. And then you give him, you throw him out there, you let teams get some actual film on this guy and find out what plays this team has been practicing with this guy, and he looks like a completely different player. I'm not saying Jimmy G is going to be a bad player at all. That's not what I'm saying. But let me just say this, and I've been wrong before, so if I'm wrong again, I'll be all right. I survived all the last ones. But if Garoppolo goes in San Francisco and becomes a franchise quarterback to lead the 49ers back into the promised land, it would shock the hell out of me. This team is bad, man. Go ahead and just be bad. See what you can address in your needs through the draft. I don't like when teams give away assets for question marks. I mean, the draft is a question mark anyway. We see it every year. So if you're going to have a question mark anyway, man, I don't know. I felt like San Francisco felt like they had to do something before the trade deadline, and I don't think they needed to. I don't think it was necessary.
Spade, we agree again. And I'm going to tell you what. You want to know? It's crazy because Brady was suspended for some games last year. Jimmy G came in, played well. But you know what? You want to know what else happened? He got hurt.
And then you know what else happened? Somebody else came in and played with it. Yep.
Yeah. So you want to know what stays the same in New England? That system. That system stays the same. So, Trey, I don't know. Let me tell you something. I don't know what we're going to get from Jimmy G. Nope. I don't know if he's a good quarterback. I don't know if he's a bad quarterback. I got another question for you, Spade, but let me finish.
All right.
I don't know if he's a good quarterback or a bad quarterback, but I know San Francisco is a bad team. And a lot of people gave Kaepernick a hard time saying Kaepernick can't play Kaepernick went 16 touchdowns, 4 interceptions with a subpar team. The crazy thing is San Francisco just put Pierre Garçon on IR either yesterday or this morning. They just put him on IR. So now he lose another wide receiver. I think we both agree, Spade. Pierre Garçon was definitely their best wide receiver.
Absolutely.
Carlos Hyde be in and out of the lineup. Like,
physical runner, though. I like him when he's healthy.
Yeah, when he's healthy, he's a stud. But he's in an injury problem, Spade. In and out of the lineup. Can't be consistent. You can't give when you got a team with not good weapons on the outside. Question mark at quarterback, and I'm not even just talking about Jimmy G. I'm talking about before that with Brian Hoyer and Beckhart, whatever his name is. Question marks at quarterback. You want to lean on your run game, but you really can't do that because Carlos Hyde is in and out of the lineup.
Yep.
Now, Spade, let me ask you this. I agree with you. I felt like San Francisco said, yo, we got to do something. I don't know if Jimmy G is going to be the answer. Instead of just, you went out there and you signed Brian Hoyer last year. You said Brian Hoyer was going to be the guy. Let him be the guy. Go through the struggles. Draft a quarterback. And why don't these teams want to draft quarterbacks and build? And it's insane to me. But let me just ask you this, babe. Should the Niners start Jimmy Garoppolo this week right here? Well, tomorrow. Should they start Jimmy Garoppolo tomorrow?
Bro, I don't think he knows the plays. I don't think he's had time to learn the playbook. So even if he starts,
got Shanahan out there, Spade. I think we both agree that Shanahan,
great. He was a great OC,
offensive coach.
Yeah, he was a great OC.
He had RG3. He had Kirk Cousins. He had Matt Ryan.
Yep.
Maybe he could turn Jimmy G into something special, but we don't know. Like I don't feel like San Francisco have them weapons. Same thing I said about Tyrod Taylor. I tweeted earlier in the week. I said I think Tyrod Taylor is a above average good, a little bit under great quarterback. Not great, a little bit under great. But he does this with no weapons. Now I know they just traded for a guy. We're going to talk about that as well. But they traded Sammy Watkins, and Tyrod Taylor was basically doing all this with practice players. Like Andre Holmes was like a special teams guy with the Raiders. Like he really didn't get burned with the Raiders. This Thompson kid, special teams guy. Like these guys, he's doing this with no weapons. And I feel like with no weapons out there in San Francisco, I feel like they setting it up for Jimmy G to fail. It's set up for him to fail.
Well, I got to disagree because Shanahan, everybody's asking the same thing you just asked me. How soon can we see him? Garoppolo said, Shanahan said, I'm in no hurry to get this guy in the lineup. It's more important that we protect him by making sure he's knowledgeable of the plays. He knows the sets. My guess is this. I'm looking at their schedule right now, man. They got a couple of games and then a bye week. I would not be shocked to see him come back after that bye week. They got the Cardinals this week. They got the Giants next week. And then they got a bye. Then they come back and play Seattle, who we're talking about another 0-8 team. And the closest game they've had this season has been Seattle. They lost to Seattle 12-9. And you know those division rivals, they see each other twice a year. And even though one of them might be bad, they always pretty much be a dogfight. Now, I wouldn't necessarily bring them back against Seattle. I don't know. I don't think this is the Seattle of old. I mean, one of the most recent games I saw from this team, they was in a dogfight against rookie Deshaun Watson, who really dropped them the hell off. Russell Wilson just made an amazing play in that last drive to steal that victory. But I mean,
that's true.
You know, Seattle ain't looking like Seattle of old. The Legion of Boom they ain't booming like that. They just the Legion now. Ain't no boom.
Yeah, I think they got some injuries too. I think Earl Thomas is out.
So I mean, I don't know, man. I look at Kyle Shanahan the same way you do. I think he's an offensive. I think he knows what works on offense. I give him that. And I don't know. Maybe he sees something in Garoppolo that he feels like can help this team. And I don't know. I mean, like you said, last year, I was seeing people tweeting stuff about how well Hoyer was doing. We laughed about it here on the show. Then you threw my boy Beathard in there. Beathard was running around like a fool. And then all of a sudden, I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's a bad team. It's a bad team.
I got a question for you. Who wins the game first? Cleveland or San Fran?
My money would, if I had to put money on it, I'm leaning San Fran.
I'm leaning San Fran too, and I'm gonna tell you what game. December 17th, Tennessee Titans.
They play the Browns.
Nope, Tennessee Titans.
Okay.
That's That's who I got him beat.
I just think, like, maybe Shanahan could get Garoppolo. Maybe they got to get some. I don't know why these teams don't want to get weapons. What is with signing guys off the street? Like, get some weapons.
Maybe it's hard,
Get
bro.
some weapons. Spade. Speaking of getting weapons, the Bills. I was hard on the Bills last week. I said, man, Tyrod is doing this with no weapons. I mean, Charles Clay is a stud, but they be lining Shady up. They give Shady about 40 touches a game, about 25 carries, and about 15 targets passing.
Yep.
And I was like, man, imagine what Tyrod would do with some weapons. And the Bills must have been reading my tweets because they went out and they said, we going to go get a weapon. And they went out and traded for Kelvin Benjamin. Now, I've been tough on Kelvin Benjamin. Benjamin, he got injured, kind of ballooned in weight. I've been hard on the kid. I like the kid since his Florida State days. But the Bills went out, made a trade, traded for Kelvin Benjamin. Spade, talk to your boy. How do we feel about the Bills getting KB?
I don't even want to talk about the Bills. I want to talk about Carolina. Can I talk about Carolina?
Okay.
What the hell y'all doing? What the hell are y'all doing? What is Carolina doing, bro? Can you make sense of this trade from the Carolina standpoint? Because I can't.
Nope. We always hard on Carolina.
What the hell are y'all doing?
We always talked about why they won't protect Cam. We always talking about why Cam keep ringing up. Why don't they get weapons for Cam? And they get Christian McCaffrey. And Spade, we talked about Christian McCaffrey on this show. We both said we don't think he's going to be a run through the tackle type of running back.
Right.
But I think he's more so of a third down back, slot receiver. And ain't nothing. Me and you both agreed and said there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. They got McCaffrey. They drafted a kid Samuel. They got Funches. Funches look like he's been getting it going. They got G-Reg, but he went down. Ed Dixon had a big game. The KB back from injury. We thinking, okay. And then they trade KB. I don't know what the hell Carolina is thinking. It's another one of them teams, babe. It's another one of them teams. They don't want to protect. Another one of them teams. I can't explain it. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know what they're doing down there in Carolina. And again, Cam Newton, one of those guys that struggle with accuracy, his MVP season, KB, he didn't even have KB. So you would think he would actually be better with KB. Maybe they say, we still don't see MVP form with KB. Maybe we move him and get something in return. I don't know, Spade. I can't explain Carolina. I can't explain what they're doing down there in Carolina.
I can't either. But we'll talk Buffalo because that was the question. I mean, you got to love this. You got to love this. Tyrod is, I'm going to be, somebody going to take this as a reach, LePage. You might even take it as a reach. You know what Tyrod looked like to me? Man, he looks like a cheaper version, and I don't mean this as a diss to him. He looks like a store brand Russell Wilson. The way he is extended the plays, man, he made a couple of plays last week. I was like, man, I remember watching Tyrod in college, bro. I went to a Georgia Tech game and saw Tyrod in college. I never saw Tyrod having the type of career in the league that he's been able to have. And he did some sitting. Like, he wasn't given this spot. He got an opportunity and he never looked back. But, man, this man has been extending plays. He knows when to run. He knows when to run around just long enough to allow a receiver to get open. And, LePage, you said it. Like, you be watching the Bills play like, ooh, man, if these guys had some weapons, like, they'd be scary. And KB could be that guy. Now, I'm still at the point where I don't know him well enough to judge him like this. But let me do this. I don't know if KB is really, I don't know if he just putting that time in, like, I want to be the best. I don't know if he putting that time in. To me, he still looks streaky. I see some games where I go, man, that dude a beast. And I see some games where I'm like, that man just collecting a check. I don't know what KB, when I saw this dude at Florida State, man, I said, this dude got the potential to be on some T.O. mess. Y'all don't remember when T.O. used to catch a slant and the first DB that got right there, damn near got his neck broke. T.O. had the stiff arm cocked and ready for the first dude to get. You didn't even want to be the first dude to T.O. You wanted to be the second guy. And I don't know if KB wants to be that great player, but to deny his talent would be foolish. So, yeah, from Buffalo's standpoint, they definitely got better. I'm sure Tyrod's happy.
I mean, exactly. If you Tyrod, you like, man, I'm out here throwing. I mean, of course he won't say it, but he like, I'm out here throwing the practice players. So, of course, you get a guy with a big body like that I can just get in the red zone, throw, high point it, he'll jump up, go get it. That got to be a plus. Now, KB has never been the guy that's, running this crazy route tree. He's not that type of guy. But as far as just a big body, just having a weapon that you can, hopefully I'm doing quote fingers over his spade, rely on, because we seen some games where Cam was like, you know what, ain't nobody else open. I'm just throwing it to KB. And you look at KB and you be like, man, damn, this kid is phenomenal. But like you said, it's them games when you be like, well, damn, KB, one catch. What's going on?
Right. So only over 100 yards receiving once this season.
That's right. So you gotta hope and pray that being traded, some new scenery, new players, new team. Maybe KB will get rejuvenated, energized, and maybe he'll be rejuvenated and be like, you know what? I think we can do something up here. Now he didn't play this past Thursday night. He didn't play, but the Bills, they shocked the hell out of me. They better than what I thought they were going to be. I always liked Tyrod Taylor, and at least the Bills are trying to do something. They're trying to do something. They felt they needed an outside presence, a weapon, and they went and got one. So kudos to the Bills for going to get a weapon. Spade, your Dolphins, the Miami Jay Cutlers.
Oh Lord.
They traded Jay Ajayi to the Philadelphia Eagles for a 4th round pick, Spade.
Yep.
And I couldn't, when this happened, I was like, oh, I didn't even text Spade and say, Spade, what the hell? Because I just wanted to wait and see what Spade was going to say on the show. Spade, the Dolphins traded your boy, Jay Ajayi. You put him as a top 5 running back in the league, Spade.
I did.
Spade.
Yep.
Talk to your boy. What the hell is going on?
I don't have the slightest idea, bro. And let me just take a moment to say this. And I said this to somebody. I didn't really want to talk much on Twitter about it because I knew I wanted to come right here for you guys and let y'all know how I feel. It's one thing about the Dolphins organization that I've seen before. A player can get in trouble off field, and I don't know that Jay Ajayi did that. A player can get in trouble off field, and Miami will try to get ahead of it. Like, before it really becomes a story, they'll try to cut ties with the player. And this almost screams of that. Now, I've heard people close to the organization say that Jay Ajayi don't really, I don't know, maybe he got a problem with being told what to do. He don't really listen. He's a tad bit hard-headed. Maybe he keeps going against the coaching staff and against their wishes. We all know that last season, even though he had a great season, he spent the first 2 or 3 games on the bench in the coach's doghouse about missing practices and just doing goofy stuff like that. I kind of felt like he had turned it around. Like, not only was he behaving better, so to speak, but the success that he had on the field, I thought it would make him want to play better. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what he did to piss that team off, but the trade makes absolutely no sense. You're talking about the guy who is probably the best player on our offense. He's probably the best offensive player on that team. He's definitely the best running back on that team, and that's no shade to Drake or any of the other running backs down there. I think we got a pretty nice committee of running backs. But there's no doubt that it was led by Jay Ajayi. He's still on his rookie contract, LeParis. He signed through 2018. I mean, we're talking about a guy who, for the rest of this year and all of next year, in total, he's supposed to make about $2 million. So we ain't talking about a situation where you're saying, we just want to get from underneath that contract, or we want to get rid of this guy before it's time to renegotiate. It's not even there. It's not even that type of situation. And then you didn't try to get anything back for equal compensation. You took a 4th round pick. And to me, as a Dolphin fan, I almost feel like we quitting. Okay, Tannehill's down. I felt like Matt Moore was a more than capable backup, but you guys felt like we should spend $10 million on Jay Cutler, who didn't even want to come back. Somebody said this to me. I think it was one of my neighbors I always talk sports with, so if you're listening, shout out to James. He said to me, he said, one of the characteristics of your quarterback, you want your quarterback to be smart. And part of being smart means knowing what to say. Even if you see somebody with an ugly shirt on, when they ask your quarterback, is the shirt ugly, he's supposed to be smart enough to know not to say the shirt is ugly. Jay Cutler came out and told people, even after the Dolphins contacted him out of football and offered him $10 million to come back, he said his wife had to talk him into it. He wasn't even smart enough to sell us, the fan base, on the fact that he didn't really want to play. He don't even want to play. And still, on top of that, the team was still competitive. Did we look great week in and week out? Of course not. We just got decimated by the Ravens. I didn't get that game on my TV, by the way, but I heard about it. I heard about it. We still above 500. And what the heck? What happened? I don't know, man. To me, it feel like we quit. The trade don't make sense to me. I don't know what Jay Ajayi could have done to make the coaching staff decide they want to wash their hands of him. I wish they would come out with it, and that would help me and other Dolphins fans understand the trade, because LePage, to me, it just don't make sense. And one more thing, and then I'll let you go. It really don't even make sense to me on the Eagles side of things. And I know what y'all saying. How could it not? They just inherited a great running back, a 1,000-yard back that's still on his rookie contract, making, chump change in this league. But sometimes if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You got Smallwood and LeGarrette Blount making the Eagles a top 5 rushing offense in the league. They 7-1. It's going great out there. Why would you even mess with what you got going on? But I guess if you could risk it for a 4th-round pick, that ain't nothing. Why not? But I don't like the trade. I don't understand the trade. And the Dolphins, I don't know if we quitting. Are we quitting on the year? It was also rumors that we was trying to move Landry. I don't know what we're doing, bro. I don't. I'm out. I got nothing.
Let me say, I love it for the Dolphins.
I figured you would.
Because I just love hearing your pain about your Dolphins, especially with what you be giving me about them Florida State Seminoles. So whenever the Miami Dolphins do something, I love it. I love it. Especially this. Now, as far as the Eagles, y'all know I'm a Cowboy fan, so I don't love it for the Eagles. I don't want to have to deal with Blount, and we still got to play the Eagles twice. I don't want to have to deal with Blount and Ajayi and Smallwood and Wentz and Alshon and Aguilar and Ertz. I don't want to have to deal with all that, especially with our defense. But I understand it. I understand it for the Eagles. I know they top 5 in rushing Spade, but if you can get a guy with Jay Ajayi talent, you got him top 5 in the league, Spade. So if you can get a top 5 running back, even if you don't have him top 5, he definitely top 10. If you can get a top 10 running back in the league for a 4th-round pick, you can't draft anything in the 4th round in this upcoming draft that you think will be top 10 talent. So if you can get Jay Ajayi for a 4th-round pick, even if it don't work out, he's still cheap as hell on his rookie contract. I mean, it's a win-win for the Eagles. You get a 4th-round pick away, which probably going to be a lower 4th-round pick because the Eagles have a good record unless they just fall all the way off a cliff and go 8-8 or something. But you expect the Eagles to have a solid record, which will make that a lower pick. I mean, the crazy thing is the Dolphins didn't even get 2 picks. They got 1 pick. How many picks they got? Did they get 2?
They got 1.
They probably got a 4. They got a 4 and a 7. They only got 1 pick, Spade. But anyway,
he got jokes.
Listen, even if Jay Ajayi, it's hilarious because even if Jay Ajayi come in and struggle, you can always go back to LeGarrette Blount and Smallwood. But if Jay Ajayi, I mean, I don't think the Dolphins have this amazing O-line. So if Jay Ajayi was doing all that with the Dolphins O-line, I like the Eagles O-line better. I know Peters is hurt. Relax, y'all. I know Peters is hurt. But I like Philly O-line. And if Jay Ajayi can get anywhere close to running for 200, 150, 100 and something yards a game, on top of having Blount, a good goal line guy, I think, I talked to Spade about this off camera. I said I think LeGarrette Blount is a good complimentary back anyway. I don't think he's a starting running back in his league, but that's neither here nor there. That's my opinion. But if you can run Ajayi, then bring in Blount, then change your pace with Smallwood, I mean, that's scary, man. And if Jay Ajayi touches anything close to his 1,600-yard production.
13. I was wrong. I said 16, but it was 13.
Well, yeah, 13. But I mean, he had a ton of touchdowns. He had 1,300 and only played he started 10 games or something.
12. Yeah, started 12 games, 1,300 yards rushing, 5 a pop.
So if he come anywhere close to that for the rest of this, I mean, not 1,300 yards, but if he give you that production in the rest of the games, the 8 games that's left, come on, man. That's scary. That's scary. So I understand why the Eagles did it. For a 4th-round pick, it's a steal. They stole him.
But
what the hell
let me
was the
ask
Dolphins
you this,
thinking?
bro. They saying they don't even know if he gonna start. I was reading something and I'm trying to find it now while you talking and I don't see it. But not start. Play. Doug Peterson still mulling over whether or not Jay Ajayi will play. He might not even play.
He just got this, man. Give him a week. Give him a week. Give him a week.
He won't play.
I think do the Eagles got a bye coming up? You got the Eagles schedule up?
Nah, let me pull it up. That's just stupid.
Yeah, let me see if they got a bye coming up. Like, I mean, listen, with Jay Ajayi talent, Spade, you got him top 5 in the league. You don't trade for a top 5 talent? For a 4th round pick, you stole him.
Yeah, I get it.
You stole him.
I get it, but they talking about he might not play.
I mean, Spade, he just got there.
I don't give a damn. Like, dude, let me ask you this. You already told me how you feel about LeGarrette Blount. You don't even feel like he'll start running back. What about this Smallwood guy? You got him over Jay Ajayi? Because I don't.
Absolutely not.
So why wouldn't he play? I don't know if Doug Peterson is just saying this, man. I don't care.
Give him a week.
You tell him what gap to hit. He know what gap to hit. We talking about, look, Jay Ajayi played college ball at Boise State.
Some of these coaches, the language with some of these play calling, come on. It might take I mean, I don't know what Jay Ajayi scored on the Wonder League. I'm just saying.
He's smart.
You know, some of this language in these playbooks, you know, the whole is the same, but the language is different. So that's all I'm saying.
I'm not going to front, bro. I'm really upset about it because I just can't. I don't understand it. If I could make it, if I could say it's because, and don't get me wrong, Ajayi's numbers are down this year. But shit, the Dolphins' numbers are down this year. The whole team is down this year. So I know we didn't expect him to still average 5 a pop when nothing else on that team is going right. You got different quarterbacks in and out the system.
I mean, they got Jay Cutler. You can
everybody
stacking the box. They putting 10
That's
in the
what
box.
I would do. Of course, you're gonna stack the box.
Like, yeah,
you're gonna make Jay Cutler exactly. And I just don't like it. I don't like it.
They got 11 players in the box. Like, throw it, Jay.
I don't like it.
So, of course you wouldn't, Spade. But
I don't understand.
I feel like the Eagles stole him. I feel like for Jay Ajayi, they could have got a lot more, and they didn't even fight. They didn't. They just was like, go ahead and take him. Go ahead and take him. So that's how I feel about it, Spade. Let me ask you, Spade. I asked you off camera. I'm asking you on camera.
Yeah.
Do you think the Dolphins should have traded Ndamukong Suh?
Yeah, I actually do. Suh is at the. I don't want to talk bad about Suh. You know I'm an Ndamukong Suh fan, man. I also had him on my top 5 defensive tackle list. You put him in the middle, he causes disruption. I got to admit at this point in his career, he's not necessarily getting to the quarterback. He's not necessarily getting to the running back. He does make it tough to be blocked one-on-one. He does draw the double team a lot, and that value's there. But the type of disruption that he used to cause warranted that contract. The type of disruption he's causing right now doesn't warrant his contract. He is overpaid at this point in his career, and I think you definitely try to find a suitor. Not to mention he still does have tendencies of being a bit of a live wire. You don't never know, you know what I'm saying, what he going to do out there. I don't know. I would rather see them try to move Suh, who's got to be, 31, as opposed to 24-year-old Jay Ajayi and talking about moving 23, 24-year-old Jarvis Landry. Like, that's what I don't get. So, yeah, if it's me, I'm looking to move Suh. Because that's a lot of cap space you clearing up, bro. A lot.
I think you should have moved Suh. You should have. The deadline is over. I think they should have. Maybe they was trying to. Maybe nobody didn't want Suh because of that contract. But I just think the Dolphins jumped the gun, man. Tannehill's hurt. Like, I feel like they jumped the gun. Like, if you was just watch the season. Just be like, you know what? This season right here ain't our season. That don't mean just start trading, folks. You want to trade Jarvis? You want to try? They tried to. Well, it's reports that they tried to trade Jarvis Landry. They traded Jay Ajayi. Like, I just feel like they jumped the gun. Like, what did they expect was going to happen with Jay Cutler at quarterback? The crazy thing is it was reports that Jay Cutler didn't know if he was going to play like upcoming games, and the Dolphins was like, if he healthy, he playing. Dolphins basically said, we don't give a damn if his brain explode. We paid him $10 million. We putting him out there.
Lied. Look,
we putting him out there. It's just crazy.
Suh just somehow or another, Suh just avoided. He just avoided a fine from where he grabbed old boy around the neck. I'm looking at his production, man, and man, his production ain't completely drop off. He's still getting it done, but that contract, bro. I
just feel like for that contract, you got to move Suh. You got to move Suh to maybe a contender. I think you take a 3rd round pick or something for Suh, like a 2 or a 3 or something for Suh, especially if you can get it, and just to get that contract off the books. Because the Dolphins, Especially now, they need so much, man. Spade, my last point, my last question about the Dolphins, then we can move on.
Why are so many Dolphins questions, bro? I'm not answering more Dolphins.
I want to get your thoughts on Tannehill. Just give me your thoughts on Tannehill. I know you heard, but they traded Tannehill. I mean, they traded Ajayi. You still rolling with Tannehill?
Yeah.
Coming off this injury?
I mean, we got to.
Yeah, they paid him.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's our $100 million man at this point. So every move you do should be about putting better pieces around him so that you can protect him. I mean, he's your $100 million man, and I'm going to be honest, I don't know what his trade value is. I don't think it's suitors calling the Dolphins saying, can we get Ryan Tannehill? So, I mean, you probably want a good running back. I don't know, something like a Jay Ajayi. Yeah, I don't know. That's the kind of stuff I would be trying to get around him, but what do I know? I was pulling up Sue's. I pulled up Sue's contract while we was talking, bro, and whoo,
okay.
My God, bro.
Yeah, a heap.
Bro, this man's base salary for this year is $9.9 million. Next year, $16.9 million, and 2019, $18.9 million.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rock Nation. Shout out to Rock Nation, who is in Dominican Sue's sports agency. Shout out to Jay-Z. Get it, Jay. Can we please get through talking about trades? Can we move to some other news?
Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on.
I wish I could tell you we was moving to good news, but we not, bro. I got bad news. You all right? You sitting down?
I'm sitting down.
All right, man. Let's go out to Houston. And I ain't talking about James Harden on this segment. We still in the NFL, man. I want to talk Deshaun Watson. Man, listen. I'm a fan of this guy. LaParis is a fan of this guy. I told you guys, I don't care what the scouts say. I don't care what Todd McShay and Mel Kiper and these books that break down all these extracurricular stats. I don't care about any of that stuff. I told you guys I felt like Deshaun Watson was a winner. He's won at every level. He's just one of those guys that just finds a way to get it done. Maybe his throwing motion ain't the most perfect you've seen. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the spiral ain't the tightest spiral. Forget all that. Forget all that. When it comes time to play in football, Deshaun Watson can play for my team any day of the week. And he was setting the league on fire. He didn't start off this season as the starter. When he got out there, I'm not going to say he did everything perfect. But man, to be a rookie thrown into the fire, he looked amazing. And anybody who's denying that is just a flat out hater. Let's go ahead and get that out the way. And Deshaun Watson just ended his season after tearing his ACL in practice. It is catastrophic. Now, Deshaun Watson can bounce back from this. We see it all the time. ACL injuries nowadays are not what they once were. It used to be a day and age you got an ACL injury, people wondered if your career was over. Deshaun Watson will definitely be back. But I feel like this injury robbed this kid of Rookie of the Year. I feel like it robbed him of some more records. I just read, and I don't have it here in front of me, but he set some quarterback record for a rookie, something of, I don't know if it was passing TDs or passing yards. I don't remember what it was, LaParis, but he's already making history. And this is just terrible news, man. It's terrible. How you feel about it?
It sucks. Like, it sucks.
It's terrible.
It sucks. Like, this kid right here, man, it's just, his personality and everything is infectious. Like, you see, as soon as before the season started, DeAndre Hopkins and those boys was like, we rolling with Savage. We team Savage. And what happened with Savage? He got sacked like 13 times week 1. They made the change, and from the get-go, now, of course, it's going to he ain't perfect. It's going to always be them rookie mistakes. The kid is young. It's rookie mistakes. You're going to go through them growing pains, but you want to know what else? He got them boys looking good. He got them boys competing, and they competing. And that's all you can ask for. Now, they have some other injuries. Whitney Merciless and J.J. Watt is out there. A lot of their guys are out. So, of course, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think the team is either 3-4 or 4-3, something of that nature. But he at least got these guys in the game. That Seattle game last week was probably the best game this year. It was probably one of the best games this year. It just sucks for Deshaun Watson. He can definitely bounce back in college. He tore his ACL in college. It was the other knee. And he bounced back and came right back and beat Bama. So the kid can bounce back. It just sucks because you want to talk about somebody arriving and making, you want to talk about kicking in the door and letting people know you here. Deshaun Watson did that, man. And it just sucks It sucks because Houston's season is over. It's over. Houston Texans fans, I'm sorry. Too. You're going back to Savage or whoever the hell you got back there. It's over. It's a wrap. I don't care. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. The kid had Fuller playing amazing. Fuller came back from injury. With Deshaun Watson, don't seem like Fuller don't do anything but catch hella touchdowns. All he do is catch touchdowns.
Yep.
He was able to get the ball to Deshaun Watson. Lamar Miller was back there toting that thing. He was receiving the ball out the backfield. They had the young kid Foreman out there running that ball. They tight end is hurt. They starting tight end is hurt. Fedorowicz, he's hurt. But Deshaun said, that's okay. We got this dude named Ryan Griffin. He was throwing it to Griffin. Griffin catching TD. It just sucks for Houston, man.
It sucks. And White injured. I mean, it just sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks for Houston and Deshaun Watson. My money, if anybody tear ACL and they was like, yo, you think he can bounce back? My money on Deshaun. I think he'll come back. And I hope he able to just keep this level of play because it was so many doubters going against him.
Yep.
Even far back as college. Oh, he can't beat no Bama. He can't compete with Bama. Bama this, Bama that. And Deshaun Watson has proven he's a winner. He can get it done. Is he the prototypical quarterback? Is he the most accurate? Do we have the strongest arm? Do we have the best accuracy? No. But you want to know what he do? He compete. And that's all you can ask for. He made the Texans be in every game. Every game. It took Russell Wilson to have a phenomenal drive at the end of the game for the Seahawks to beat the Texans, man. So it just sucks for that kid, man. And I hope he able to bounce back and be 100%, man.
Same.
It sucks.
Same. Let me ask you this, and I know the kid out in if you said it was the running back out in Kansas City, I wouldn't be upset. But Deshaun Watson, at least in the conversation, would you have him in the conversation for Rookie of the Year before the injury?
Yeah, definitely. I think he's first. I think running back is one of the most easiest positions to transition to from college to football. Quarterback is a tough position to play.
And for him to come back, we was just talking on this show about some previous quarterbacks asking, at the very worst, when everything else is going wrong, how could they not at least find DeAndre Hopkins? And they couldn't find him. And Deshaun came in and made it look like it was easy, bro. He was definitely.
It's over. The season is over.
Yeah, man.
It's over. I'm sorry.
Sucks.
It's over. Let's move on, Spade.
Let's get it, man. Let's get out.
Go to the NBA where you want to be.
Facts.
Spade, I gotta ask you. Now, y'all, Spade, me and you both said Cavs in the finals, Warriors in the finals. I don't know no more. The Cavs have been struggling, Spade. I gotta ask you.
Yes.
You got some injury issues.
Yes.
Kyrie over there laughing at him. Sending some shade at Ty Lue. Gotta ask you, what's wrong with the Cavs, man?
Not a damn thing, Tito. The Cavs are okay. They right where they want to be, man. Look, they just got Derrick Rose back. Derrick Rose has been looking amazing. I actually said right here on this show, I don't think IT's just going to come back and walk into that starting spot like he's expecting to. I think Derrick Rose is about trying to prove people wrong. I know this team hasn't clicked on all cylinders yet, but anytime you start moving around some things, you got to get it figured out, man. And they're going to get it figured out. I'm not worried about this team at all. As long as they are still led by LeBron the King James, the Cavs are going to be okay. So the answer to your question, what's wrong with the Cavs? Not a damn thing. They all right.
Spade, people are saying Dwayne Wade washed. They saying JR washed.
Yeah.
They saying Iman washed.
Yeah.
They saying Love washed.
Yeah.
They saying Love can't defend anybody. They saying Love can't hit a shot.
Yeah.
Spade, they saying Jeff Green is the second best player on the Cavs. Nothing wrong with the Cavs?
Nah, not a damn thing, Tito.
Spade, let me talk to him.
Talk to him.
I'm not worried about the Cavs at all, man.
Can't be.
And I'm going to tell you why.
Because we read this book before. We know how this ends.
Yeah, we know how this ends. You want to know who I believe in? LeBron James.
That's
You want to know who else I believe in? Especially, I may not believe in him right now, but you want to know when I believe in him? After that All-Star break, when it's time to get serious. And it's like, yo, here come this push. And that's Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade, if I'm Dwayne, if the Cavs are smart, they letting Dwayne Wade sit all these games out. Dwayne Wade, relax. Because you know what? We're going to make it to the playoffs. And they should rather want to have Dwayne Wade for the playoffs in this long 82-game season, back-to-backs, playing every other night, 4 games in 5 nights type of schedule. They should want Dwayne Wade for them. I believe in LeBron, and I think LeBron I asked you off camera. Is LeBron doing this on purpose? Like, LeBron, regardless of how you feel about LeBron has always been one of those guys that's, I'm not saying lose on purpose, but I'm saying maybe he likes to get the story about the Cavs.
He is conscious about the
talking
story.
About the Cavs.
You are absolutely
or
right.
talking about LeBron James. What's wrong with, they want this. What's wrong with the Cavs? And LeBron James has always been one of those guys. So I asked you off camera, like, is LeBron doing this on purpose? Do you think?
I don't think he's doing it on purpose. I don't think he's losing on purpose. Let me say that. But let me also say this. And I don't know if it's still being made, but I was told a long time ago LeBron James' life has been being documented since he was in high school. Like, it is going to be like a big-ass LeBron James documentary on his life and his career. And you know what makes great moments in movies or documentaries? The good old triumphant come from behind, nobody believed in me story. And LeBron know how to set that up better than anybody. He know how to set that up better than anybody.
Inject the viewers.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes you got to inject the viewers with that adversity, Spade. Put that adversity in there.
Yes, sir. He's
right.
older.
Right.
You know, we just lost the young, guy. He was ready to get the keys out to that kid. Just lost the kid.
Bald.
Yeah, man. Just lost the kid. Was ready to get the keys to that kid.
Ripping.
Yeah, man. Yeah, everybody not believing. Golden State got all that firepower. Look at Golden State. Ooh, ah. Yeah, this is exactly where Brian want to be. Man, when you LeBron James, do you know how often you get a chance to be the underdog? Never. LeBron is loving every bit of this. The underdog? LeBron, this man ain't been an underdog since he was born. Like, he came into the world favored. He was favored when he was in the incubator. They was like, that baby right there gonna be something. He's always had it, man. So yeah, man. Brian know what he's doing, and I'm not saying he's losing on purpose. I'm saying that he don't care about them not playing well in October, November.
Spade.
He don't care about them not playing well in October.
I agree 100%.
He doesn't care.
I agree 100%. Hey, Spade, maybe we wrong. Maybe the viewers got some inside scoops they want to inform us with. Leave it in the comment section down below. Let us know. Maybe something is wrong with the Cavs.
All right,
Spade,
now look.
It's still early.
It's still early.
It's November.
And you got a point. You said we could be wrong. I doubt I am wrong, though. But let me tell you something that I was wrong on. Bro, let me tell you something. On this show right here, if you can count on Strong Arm Sports for anything, if we got an extra shoe, we kicking the Orlando Magic. We've been kicking that team for 2 years. We don't know what the hell going on with them. Every time they make a move, it's a head-scratching move. And we think they dumb down there. But wait a minute, bro. When I tell you what I'm about to tell you, it's going to catch you off guard. Now, at the time we're recording this show, do you know who is second and third in the East?
Who's that?
The Detroit Pistons, and you guessed it, the Orlando Magic. 2 teams that I did not even have on my radar. These teams are actually playing good. Now, just like I said, we don't want to panic because the Cavs aren't playing good. I don't want to pop my finest bottle of champagne because Orlando looks good. But I got to admit, I was shocked. I am shocked, and I was taken back by it. So I kind of got the schedule right here, man. Both of those teams are 6-3. The thing that is most surprising to me is not just the fact that Orlando is 6-3. Orlando's averaging 111 points a game. They lighten it up out there. I never saw it coming. I am caught off guard by it. LaPez, do you join me in my shockness of Detroit and Orlando?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Spade, Vucevic playing amazing. Fournier playing amazing. Aaron Gordon playing amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, lighting it up from 3, jumping out the gym. Spade, the crazy thing is they have 2 point guards hurt. Peyton is hurt. Augustine is hurt. They out there running with Sheldon Mack. Sheldon Mack is their point guard. I don't know how Orlando is doing it. It's still early in the season, so I don't want to be like, oh my God, this is a playoff team because it's hella early. But I didn't even see this. Somebody would have told me Orlando starting first 10 games, they're going to be 6-3. I'd have been like, no way. No way.
Never saw
somebody would have told me Detroit, first 10 games, they 6-3. I'd have been like, no way. No way.
If somebody told me Evan Fournier would average 22 points a game at this point of the season, I'd have said no way.
Spade. The crazy thing is, Detroit the Pistons are actually trying to go for it, Spade. It's reports now. We know what's going on with Eric Bledsoe. He want out of Phoenix. Phoenix pretty much sent him home. Detroit is trying to trade Reggie Jackson to Phoenix for Bledsoe. Now I don't know if that's going to.
Third team might have to be involved.
You got this thing about seasoning, adding too much seasoning on something that's working.
Yep.
Now, I don't know if that's too much seasoning or not enough, but at least Detroit is trying to go get it. So that's just a report. That's just in the rumor mill. I don't know if it's going to happen or not.
Right.
But Spade, I can't believe they are 2-3 in the East right now. I think the only team above them in the East is the Celtics, right?
You got it. Yep, the Celtics.
Which is just crazy. Which is just crazy. Now, we know LeBron ain't locked in like how LeBron would be locked in. So I expect LeBron James to be at least top 4. Wherever he wanted. If LeBron want to be 1, 2, 3, or 4, LeBron going to be 1, 2, 3, or 4. But if somebody would have told me Orlando and the Pistons would be right here, I'd have been like, hell nah.
Yeah, I'd have laughed at him.
I was wrong.
You know what's funny?
I was wrong.
I'm going to connect these two teams and then we can move forward. I talked about the fact I didn't see Evan Fournier averaging 22 points a game. I really didn't. If you'd have told me somebody on that team was averaging 22, I would have thought it was Booch. That team has 4 people, and I'm talking Orlando. They got 4 people on that team averaging 15 points a game or better. So it looks like they're really doing a great job of building that unselfish, let's just move the ball, work for the best shot type of offense, i.e. Spurs, and you could say Atlanta a couple of years ago. But when you go over and you look at Detroit and you're looking at their stats to try to find out why that team is successful, you know what jumps off the paper at you? Tobias Harris is averaging 20 points a game. Know where he came from? Orlando. This was the guy Orlando thought was the future. And then they eventually moved him because they thought Depot was going to be the future, and those two guys was vying for position. They got them both the hell out of there. And Tobias said, hey, I'm still exactly what I thought I was. Tobias Harris has always thought, or back then, he thought he was the man for that Orlando team. He thought he was. Now, who knows, man? Maybe this guy is exactly what Orlando initially thought he would be. It's just crazy, man. I'm looking at that team. They're getting great production from Reggie Jackson. If I'm them, I don't move Reggie Jackson. And another key to their success is Avery Bradley, who they was able to get in the offseason. And we felt like Avery Bradley was going to bring a defensive presence to this team to really help them on the perimeter. I didn't know he would also bring 16 points per game offensively. He need to stop going half-ass on those fast break dunks when Pat Bev on there on the court. He needs to stop doing that. But both of these teams caught me completely off guard. So if you're a fan of either one of these teams, I owe you an apology because I've been dragging your team through the mud. I've been killing both of these teams.
Spade, one question, then we can move on.
Yep.
Can they sustain it?
Absolutely not. Because when I thought they was trash in the beginning of the year, I was right. You know, you're never going to get me to admit I was all the way wrong. I was just a little bit wrong. I don't know, man. My question mark really is on Detroit because Detroit is still over there trying to make moves, and I don't know if they really need to do that, for one. And for two, the big question mark with this team is down the stretch. You still got to take your best defender off the court because if you leave Drummond on the court, he's going to get sent to the charity stripe. And even though I think he just had a career night from the charity stripe, I just read somewhere that he had a career night from the free throw line. I think that's the exception and not the rule. So I still think how great they can be is limited on that. I think that's really going to hurt them down the stretch. I really do. Oh, yeah. Listen. Oh, yeah. I just see against Milwaukee. 14 of 16 from the free throw line for Drummond. Wow.
Yeah.
88%.
That'll never happen again.
That'll
never happen again. Listen.
Wow.
Listen, Orlando fans, the two of you that's out there, and the Piston fans, that handful of y'all that's out there,
they're still walking around in Isaiah Thomas
in the comment section.
Right.
Let us know. Listen, Spade, got to move on. We're going to talk some college football, man.
Let's do
you guys
it, bro.
didn't know the college football playoff rankings came out this week?
Yep.
And shockingly, Alabama's not number 1. Spade, you want to know who number 1 is?
Who?
From around your neck of the woods down yonder. That's my Georgia accent.
Wow, that's what that is. That's what we
are.
Georgia,
UGA, the Bulldogs, Spade, they number 1. Alabama's number 2. Notre Dame, who I hate Notre Dame, they're number 3. And Clemson, shockingly, is number 4. Now it's like 7 teams from 3 to 8. Well, actually 3 to 10. 3 to 8 is teams with 1 loss, and 9 and 10, Wisconsin and Miami are undefeated, and they still have 1 loss, Clemson and Notre Dame at 3 and 4. Spade, talk to me about the early rankings. It's still early. A couple of games left.
Yeah.
I think. Go ahead.
I mean, you know what the big question mark is. You got Clemson being number 3 on the rankings after taking a loss to Syracuse. I know what you're gonna say. They've looked great in every other game, but I mean, if your 1 loss is to a tough opponent, then I think you still get that nod. But when you just completely don't show up against Syracuse, I don't know how you get ranked that high. I got to be honest. You also got Notre Dame up there with a loss. I mean, you got I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not saying that I think.
You ain't gonna talk about your Bulldogs?
My Bulldogs are 8-0. Bulldogs look pretty good. I gotta admit, I think they kind of got the voters gassed. They got that panel gassed off of the big win over the Gators. I think that's what catapulted them to number 1. Because right now, I'm not a betting man, wink, wink. But if I had to bet between UGA and Bama, I think I'm putting my money on the Crimson side. I just don't see UGA being the better team. And I know what everybody's going to say about Bama. They say the same thing all the time. They don't really have a quarterback that can beat you with their arm. Newsflash, they never do. I can't remember the last time they had one that could. And it's never stopped them in the past. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
Spade, you said you think they gassed Georgia because of the win over Florida. I think they win over Notre Dame got them gassed because that's Notre Dame 1L was Georgia, like week 2 or 3.
True.
But let me tell you something. They even said, Spade, that regardless, if both of these teams, Alabama and Georgia, run the table and then they meet in the SEC championship game, they said that both of these teams will still make it in the playoffs. Spade, I just don't know how Georgia can jump Bama. Bama been a model of consistency over the past. I know they lost last year in the championship, but I mean, they've been a model of consistency over the past, 5 years? That's why it's funny to me when
Since
people be like,
there.
you know,
Yep.
Spade, I get a lot of tweets and it's like, what's wrong with Florida State? And then I'd be like, well, who you like? And you know what they say? Bama. And I'd be like, how long? You must have just started liking Bama. Because Bama, when you just started liking Bama when Bama got Saban. Because wasn't nobody talking that Bama crap when they had Sean Alexander and Dwayne Rudd and all those guys. Wasn't nobody talking about no Bama. Because Bama was trash. So
you know what bothers me about it, bro?
Coming out the woodworks.
You got a damn good point. You got a damn good point. But you know what bothers me about this whole thing? I'm sitting here looking at it and do we not care about points for or points against? Because, yeah, both of those teams are sitting at 8-0. But Bama scored 344 points on offense. They've only allowed 78 points on, the defense have only given up 78 points. So they have scored more than Georgia. They've given up less than Georgia. And I don't know, man. I don't know. I hate to sound like I'm bashing UGA. I'm not. And everybody keeps telling me
you're bashing them.
I'm not bashing them. And I'm gonna tell you what somebody else told me. Nobody knows Bama better than Kirby Smart. Kirby Smart knows Bama. Let me tell you something about Nick Saban, man. You think Nick Saban is teaching his understudies all of his tricks? You think Mr. Miyagi told the Karate Kid all his moves? Hell no. Mr. Miyagi always got tricks up them sleeves, man. I ain't see the Karate Kid catching no flies with them doggone chopsticks. Actually, he did. He did catch one, so never mind. Abort that whole mission. I don't know, man. I don't know. And they on opposite sides of the SEC, so if they keep riding, they going to meet in the SEC championship game. And with Georgia being number 1, if they lose, they definitely still there. What you got to wonder, if Bama goes into the SEC game number 2 and they take a loss to number 1, what do they go? 4?
Probably. I would assume so.
Wow.
So then that mean they play again.
Wow. So you trying to tell me if my Canes win the ACC, we can't get in there?
That's what I was going next.
That's what you trying to tell me?
Let me do me.
Okay,
Let me do me.
All right, show us some love, bro.
You got Clemson, Notre Dame at 3 and 4, 7 and 1. You got Oklahoma, Ohio State, Penn State, TCU, all at 7 and 1, all ranked higher than undefeated Wisconsin at 8-0 and undefeated Miami, who have a huge game tonight versus VTech at number 10 at 7-0. Spade, you don't got a problem with your Canes or even Wisconsin, like being a little higher than all these one-loss teams?
Well, I don't. And I'm going to tell you this. And this is going to sound tough, man, but I'm a realist. I take my job seriously, bro. I don't come up here and Crack jokes. It's not funny. Okay?
I hear you.
You looking serious because it's not funny. Miami has not really beaten that. They need that. They need that statement. There you go. That signature win. That statement game. They haven't had it. They could have it tonight against Virginia Tech. Another top 20 ranked team. But if we win the ACC.
Because I always got your back, bro.
If we win the ACC, bro. If we face. Because right now, believe it or not, man, Clemson not even on top of the Atlantic side of the ACC. Now, I expect them to be there by the time it's go time. But right now, NC State is on the top of the Atlantic side. So let's suppose it plays out that way. If Miami plays NC State in the ACC championship game, and we take off thine belt and thrash thee, like I expect us to, we better get some love, bro. We got to go top 4. We got to.
Because I got you. And it's a big game tonight versus VTech. And if y'all pull this out tonight and y'all win the Coastal, Spade, I'm going to tell you what. The following week is a bigger game. Yeah. Number 3 Notre Dame.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if Miami want to show people that they real, these next 2 weeks are huge for the Canes.
Why? Because Notre Dame got an L. Notre Dame got an L to a team.
They do, but they lost to Georgia.
Right. And Georgia's 1. Notre Dame is 3. So if we take an L to 3, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know, Spade. You reaching. You just told me that Miami don't have that. Come on, talk to your boy.
But if we win the ACC, though,
if we win the opportunities in the next 2 weeks to make a statement that that the Canes are back.
All right, so let me ask you this. If we lose to Notre Dame, but win out and win the ACC, we still can't get that love they getting? We can't get that?
I don't think y'all get it, bro.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I don't think y'all get it.
Wow.
I don't think Notre Dame.
Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
If Georgia loses,
okay,
don't we look at Notre Dame differently? Don't the strength of that win look differently? See what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
Hey,
I'm glad I'm not in the room because it's gonna get real. It could get real fishy if the dominoes don't fall in place. Like I said, the Canes can make even Wisconsin at 8-0. Let me look at Wisconsin's schedule real quick. Spade ain't gonna take a lot of time. Wisconsin got Iowa next week, Michigan the week after, and then they got Minnesota. So it looks like Wisconsin could win out. I mean, that Iowa's always a tough out, in my opinion. I just was telling you about Iowa off camera, Spade. I said Iowa always have a physical run game, a good offensive line, and they solid. They play defense. But these next 2 games, Wisconsin could easily, I don't want to say easily, but they can win out. And then it's crazy because if they win out, it can be a mess. It can be a mess. This can turn into a real mess. So I'm glad I'm not in that room.
I'll tell you what.
Spade saying Miami win out or one loss to Notre Dame. I don't know.
Notre Dame got a tough schedule. Like, I got to give Notre Dame props, man. Like, they got a nice schedule.
Especially being an independent. They
exactly.
They put them on a schedule.
They could have just played a bunch of trash teams. They put some names on.
They put them on the schedule this week.
Exactly.
I mean,
so if they win out and they only losses to UGA and our only losses to them, it's crazy as this is going to sound, that's a quality loss. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It depends on how the loss look. Like, UGA
that's true too.
Notre Dame by 1 point.
Right, and that's why I don't think that's what catapulted UGA. It was that thrashing they gave the Gators. They didn't just beat the Gators. Nobody had the Gators being this great team. But you didn't.
Damn coach fired.
Right. They got their Twitter account over there tweeting with flames, talking about things are okay over here with everything on fire back there. It's going down there. People losing their job. That win there is the one that I think catapulted UGA. All I'm saying is this right here, man.
Go ahead.
Keep an eye on the Canes. I don't feel. I've said this before, bro.
These next couple of weeks for you guys are going to be huge.
Very important. I don't think the Canes are back.
If you got Spade, even if y'all lose in the ACC championship, Spade.
Why? Don't speak that.
I'm just saying, if y'all win out and lose who over there? Clemson. NC State.
NC State right now.
Oh, I think y'all beat NC State. But if y'all play Clemson and beat Clemson or lose to Clemson, I think y'all still get in my opinion.
If we beat Notre Dame, you saying?
Yeah. If y'all beat VTech, Spade. These next 2 weeks, if y'all beat VTech, Notre Dame, Virginia, and Pittsburgh, go to the ACC championship and lose to Clemson, I think y'all still get in.
Okay, so why not if we lose to Notre Dame
and then win the ACC
why we still not in there?
Because I think Notre Dame will be a lot. I think you guys got to beat Notre Dame.
That's tough.
I think
Notre Dame look good, man. I hate Notre Dame, and you know it. They look good.
I hate Notre Dame too.
They look good.
I hate Notre Dame. I hate Notre Dame.
I don't know about beating Notre Dame, but I tell you what.
USC.
I don't know about us beating Notre Dame, but I tell you what, NC State better not be over there when we get to the dance. I know that. If we show up to the dance and the Wolfpack over there, it's gonna be some problems. And you heard it here first. What else we got, bro?
Hey, Spade. Why you hate? What's the problem with the Wolfpack, bro?
I don't have that level of respect for them. Exactly. They're gonna have to beat that respect out of me. I don't see it right now. Clemson, hey, I respect those guys. The Wolfpack better not be standing there when we show up to the prom. When we get there to dance, funny. I better not see the Wolfpack. That's all I know.
That's funny. Hey, Spade, let's. I got a pick 'em game. I think we both picked the same team last week. We both won.
And you never gonna catch up that way, bro.
That's
you need
6
to start
for you.
Taking some chances.
That's 6 for you. That's 3 for me. So you still up? You still got a 3-game lead. Spade, I think this is gonna be a good one for us right here.
Yeah,
this is gonna be a good one.
Yeah,
and I got a game for us Thursday, prime time, 8 o'clock, Thursday night. Not an NFL game. We taking it to the NBA, the hardwood.
All right,
and that's none other than the Cleveland Cavaliers versus your Houston Rockets.
Wait, bro.
The Houston James Hardens.
I was gonna say, don't say the Rockets are mine. The Miami Heat are mine. My favorite player just played for the Rockets. Don't get it twisted.
Spade.
Yes.
Thursday night.
Yes.
Cavs.
Yes.
Rockets home.
Yes.
Talk to your boy. Who wins that game?
I mean, why are you asking me this? You know who win this game. You know who win this game. I don't.
Oh,
the Rockets win this game. Easy. Know why?
Cavs win the game. This is
what?
Let's go.
The Paris, we just got through. Listen, we just got through saying LeBron don't give a damn about winning games right now. LeBron don't care.
I'm scared because I got a feeling LeBron might be out.
Man, let me tell you
something.
I'm
going Cavs. I gotta catch up.
Well, you're right. You got to live life on the edge, and
that's right. I gotta take a chance.
To falling off.
I gotta take a chance.
James Harden and them guys. Look, man, James, I'm a fan. You know it, bro. We hung out together. But let's face it, James care about that regular season, man. Look, James and LeBron James, they opposite. LeBron care about that postseason. Postseason, my boy James trying to hit the club. He ain't got time for them games. That season going a little too long for James. Regular season? Oh, James Harden, he bout it.
You want to give me a score?
Nope. I just want to let you know the Rockets win and you fall further behind in the pick'em game.
It's going to be like 125 to 118.
So it just ain't going to be no damn defense.
Seem to be up around the league this year, Spade.
It just ain't going to be no defense? Is that what you telling me?
None. Scoring has been up in the league this year for some reason. Like teams have been putting up like 130 points. It's crazy.
So it just ain't going to be no defense?
Nah, it ain't going to be no defense. It's going to be hella points.
Okay.
It's going to be hella points. LeBron might drop 60 if he play. Spade, let me ask you before we go to the last segment. Let me ask you.
Yes.
Should the Cavs? It's been reports out there that the Cavs should trade Tristan Thompson. Do you agree with that?
Does he have trade value?
He coming off the bench, Spade.
Yeah, I know, because Jeff Green playing better.
Now he hurt. Now he actually hurt.
Yeah, but I'm talking about before. You think he got trade value?
I don't think nobody want him.
Not for that contract. That's the thing. Brian got him paid. Let's start with that. At his peak, he was a undersized, high motor, good rebounder. Notice I didn't say anything about scoring. I ain't say anything about defending. And he's not a bad defender at all. But because he's undersized, sometimes he gives up position down there in the post. You don't really want him to give up. It can't help that he also in this TMZ love affair with a Kardashian. That can't help.
Say, do you buy the Kardashian curse?
Nah, I don't buy no curse.
Now, we don't do gossip on this show, Spade. I'm just asking.
Nah, I'm not buying that. I say I don't buy no curse. I just buy, I buy distractions, and I think a lot of that stuff can be a distraction, man. Cameras and TMZ and fake butts and silicone breasts. That stuff. I'm just talking about it. I'm losing my focus. I ain't even. You see what I'm saying? Like I had kind of got lost for a minute right there. I don't know what his trade value would be. If you could find a suitor, why not, man? I mean, if you got the Dolphins giving away,
I don't think nobody want him. I don't think
top
anybody
5 back for a 4th round pick. I guess anything is possible, right?
I don't think anybody would take him, man. Not for that money. I don't think anybody would take him.
I'd be upset if my team took him. But then again, we took Olynyk. So what the hell?
Go get Mozgov back from the Nets? Because the money got to match.
I don't know what the hell you do. I don't know.
I mean, it was just a question. We can move on. I just was asking because I just was thinking about it when we was talking cash.
Last segment of the day, y'all. I'm hype about this one.
Go ahead. Woo!
We call this the Strong Arm Performer of the Week. It's the Heisman of Podcast. It's a very prestigious award.
It is.
In podcast world, man.
Except for Spade. Spade only give it to James Harden.
No. I give it to the most deserving player. And I'm going to tell you something. A lot of times, LaParis, I ain't want to do you like this, but since you want to, try to out me, I got to let the world know. A lot of times, LaParis find his Strong Arm Performer of the Week right before they say action. Not me. I spend hours and hours just scouring the web looking for the most deserving male or female who raised his or her level of play to ensure that their team got the victory. I mean, you never know, man. Sometimes I give mine to high school kids. If they raise that level of play, I'm out there. I'm watching. If you had a good game Friday night, little kids,
check the tape. Go look and see who gave it to more women than Spade.
Oh, my goodness, bro. That's what we doing. You going to tell that lie? You know this show going to air on Sunday. The Lord heareth. LaParis, you on the hot seat, bro. Who's your Strong Arm Performer this week and why, man?
It's easy. It's hella easy, Spade. This week, it goes to a guy. He's been Strong Arm Performer on this show numerous times. No, it's not James Harden, y'all. I got a real Strong Arm Performer of the week.
Whoa.
And that's none other than a guy from Akron by the name of LeBron James. LeBron James went 23 of 34 from the field. He scored 57 points, 11 rebounds, 7 dimes, 3 steals, 2 blocks, and a 130 to 122 win over the Wizards. LeBron James said, "We've been out here struggling. I'm gonna show y'all what I could do if I wanted to. Y'all take this 57. Y'all take these 3 steals, these 7 dimes, these 11 boards, and y'all hold that." And LeBron James was able to lead his team to a victory when everybody was like, "What's wrong with the Cavs?" LeBron was like, "Watch this. Whenever I feel like it, this is what I can do." And for that reason right there, LeBron James, you are my Strong Arm Performer of the Week. LeBron James.
How many times have you given LeBron that award?
Numerous.
Listeners, let me know if it's time for us to ban LaParis from giving that award to LeBron James. Let me know. Because that got to be like 20.
It is not even like equal. 20. Stop it.
That's like 20. When he can't find nobody, he just picked LeBron. Because you know LeBron going to have a good game.
Spade, if James Harden is on your list, we are implementing a ban.
Let me tell you what I do. I scour the web.
You already picked the Rockets game.
I spend hours and hours and hours scouring the web.
To find James Harden? I mean, you gotta spend hours because
looking for the most deserving member. And let me tell you, man. You know what I'm gonna do, LaParis? I'm gonna give my award to a foreigner, somebody who's not even from this country.
Okay.
You're gonna be ready for this, man.
We have been trying to go international. Go ahead.
Let me tell you, man. I'm giving this one right here to a 7'3" unicorn, man. I'm talking about Kristaps Porzingis. He said, "All I need is Melo to get out my way. Derrick Rose, get out my way. Phil Jackson, sit down." Bro, you know it has to go to a team that won.
Oh, okay. I'm just asking.
You know the rules.
Because the wins over there are scarce.
You know the rules. Kristaps Porzingis, folks, in a game against the very talented Phoenix Suns. Hey, they got a new coach over there. This man went out for 37 points, 7 rebounds, 3 blocks, 1 steal, was pretty efficient, only had 2 turnovers, man. And most importantly, he got his team to win. He led his troops in the war, and he got the victory. Kristaps, for that performance, you are my Strong Arm Performer of the Week. Very deserving. LaParis, how many times have you given Kristaps the award? How many times have you ever given him the award?
I gave it to him 1 time.
I don't remember that.
Check the tape. I love Kristaps. He deserved better. He should be a bull. I love Kristaps.
Better? Is that better?
Yes, that's better. He deserved better. He should be a Bull. He should be a Chicago Bull. Shout out to Markkanen. Laurie Markkanen. He's a beast. But Spade, it's been a great show, man. I definitely want our supporters. Our loyal support, man. Let me tell you something, man. We get in the comment section. We read you guys' tweets, man. We can't not thank you guys enough, man, for your continued support. Spade, before I close the show, you got anything else to add?
I just want everybody to make sure they in front of their TV. Dang, it's going up Sunday. All right, I don't care. I want everybody to make sure they root for the Hurricanes. By the time you guys see this, the game will be over, but we need your positive energy. Send your positive chi to my Miami Hurricanes tonight when they do battle. We could have easily picked
that game, but tell me who you got winning tonight.
The Canes. Duh.
Give me a score.
Something ugly. Give me 17-14. Dogfight.
Ooh.
Dogfight.
Ooh.
Dogfight.
You know what? I hate Miami, and I would love for Virginia Tech to win.
Wait a minute. What reason do you have to hate Miami?
Can I talk? I'm trying to close the show. Let me talk. I hate Miami. I hate the Canes, and I would love for Virginia Tech to win, but I think Miami. It's something about this chain, bruh. They get turnovers now.
Turnover chain.
And I think it's this chain. This chain, we need to find out who bought this chain. It got to be some booster. This got to be legal.
Wow.
This chain got to be worth 50, 60 grand. It got to be legal.
Wow.
Somebody check the tape.
Wow.
Check the tape and see where this chain came from.
I also want to say if we lose, it's because we don't have our running back who got his leg broken against the Seminoles. Same thing happened to Duke Johnson. Same thing happened to Duke Johnson against the Seminoles. So I'm just saying, if we want to investigate something, maybe, Miami running backs getting their legs and ankles broken against the doggone Seminoles.
If we can't win the game, we win the war, baby. We gonna fight. That's what we do.
That's terrible.
ACLs, ankles, everything. Get them out of there.
Wrap the show before you incriminate your university.
Hey, Spade. Listen, man, it's been a great show. We want to thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Strong Arm Sports. As usual, if you new here, bang the subscribe button. If you're a regular, hit the like button. It takes 2 seconds. It's always a bell. It's a little bell right there. You can click that little bell. You get an alert right to your smartphone, your mobile device to let you know, yo, another episode is up. You can tune right in. I mean, instant. While you watching the show, listen. While you watching the show, you should be on your keyboard typing like, oh, blah, 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 blah. So if we say this about the trade, you should be typing and hit enter. And then we talk about the Cavs, you should be typing and hit enter. There should be so many comments in there about this show. We shouldn't even be able to read them all. But as usual, if you don't want to see two dudes arguing in a box, we got audio podcasts everywhere. SoundCloud, UPodOmatic, iTunes, we everywhere. Can't thank you guys enough for your continued support. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below about everything we talked about on this show. You can also tweet us or email us. All links will be in the description. We want to thank y'all for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next episode. We out. Peace.